Hi, so today we're talking about posture, and especially if you sit down all day at a desk, driving, relaxing in your couch, what happens is your chest becomes tight, your shoulders become round, your muscles get loose, the back of your neck gets loose, your head's looking down always at devices, and your hamstrings get tight, and the hip flexors in the front of your hips and your glutes, muscles in your bottom, become loose. And we need to tighten up those bottoms, stretch out the hip flexors, stretch out the hamstrings. We need to tighten the muscles and tone on your back, and we need to stretch and open out your shoulders and your chest, strengthen the muscles in the back of your neck, and stretch out all the others. Okay, so we're going to run through some mobilization to get your joints moving first. Then we're going to move on to some strengthening and toning for those particular areas, and then finally stretching out the muscles and the tightness at the end. So starting, sitting on your chair, feet flat on the floor, and we'll just start some mobilization. So I'll turn around. There we go. So we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So forwards, up, back and down. And let's take it forwards, back, up, forwards and down. And we're going to take some hugs, palms up and open, take it back. Give yourself a hug, open, take it back. And mobilizing the back, drop your head, nod your chin, round the back, slide your hands down, only as far as you're comfortable to go. And then as we come back up, stack your spine back to the top, one piece at a time, as if you're stacking back up, building blocks one at a time, all the way up to the top. So we take a breath in, breathing out, nod the chin, round the shoulders, round the back, slide it down. Take a breath in at the bottom, breathing out, and build it back up. In your own time. We'll do one more. When you're ready, we're going to look one side to the other side. And we're going to look one side round and look to the other side, and we take it down and around to the other side. Well done. And some twists. So we take the hand and the other one round to the side, up and round. Just getting that upper body twisting round. Well done. Now we're going to try and strengthen up the upper back. So our shoulder blades in the back, we want to try and squeeze them in together. So we're going to try and get those muscles right down, the small muscles right down the centre of the back, giving them a good squeeze in. So I'm going to move the chair around so you can see. And what I'm going to do is squeeze those shoulder blades back into the centre. So we're not sticking the chest out and arching the back, we're literally just using those upper back muscles and squeezing as if you're getting a walnut between those shoulder blades. Okay, moving on from that, breathe in, squeeze back, breathing out, and then drop down. Relax. Breathe in, breathe out, squeeze back, drop down. Relax, keep going, shaving back, squeeze back, drop down. It's not a huge movement, just getting those small muscles right in the centre. So the shoulder blade should be coming in and then dropping down, nice and relaxed. Okay, so the next one is going to incorporate a bit more breathing as well, just to help with any anxiety and stress. We're going to hook the thumbs together, like so, and we take the arms up in the air, pulling the thumbs apart, and we do that to a count of 3. Hold it at the top for a count of 4, and then breathe out, palms down, for a count of 5. Okay, thumbs together, pull apart, we go. Breathing in through the nose for 3, hold your breath for 4, breathe out and squash the air down for 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull apart. Always in your own time with your breath. Let's do another one. Okay, fantastic. And the next one, we're taking the palms down. We're going to pull in, row, elbow squeeze back. So those shoulder blades should feel like they're really coming into the centre of the back. Okay, so we're going to give it a pull, and then we're going to go thumbs up, and then rotate back to the top. Relax. Okay. Big breath in. Breathe out, squeeze. Breathe in, thumbs up, and breathe out. Hitch your ride, squeeze it back. Relax. Okay, and I've got my capital V. Take your thumbs and draw a big capital V. So you go up to the top corner as you squeeze back. So you should feel that just behind the shoulder and the top of the back, strengthening. Again, you can incorporate the breath. So you breathe in and breathe out on the effort. Sitting tall, keeping that tummy nicely tight. Concentrating where you're working, thinking about where you're working. Mindful exercise, giving that a little squeeze, that capital V. Lovely. Okay, we have the W. So we want to put our arms out. So we're making a W shape with our bodies. That way. So we take our arms up and then we want the elbows to go behind the body. So you breathe out and squeeze. Pull those elbows in behind the body. When you feel this, it's the bottom of the shoulder blades. You can feel moving in, moving round, working a little bit lower than the last one. Sitting up tall again. Do it with the breath. Breathing out. Picture those shoulder blades squeezing down. Elbows coming back behind the body. All these moves, strengthening up that upper back. So toned muscle is always in a slightly contracted state. So you stretch and tone the upper back and pull those shoulders back. Stop being round shouldered. Give you a better posture. Support your spine. Stop you having back problems. Well done. That's a good W. One more. And squeeze it in. Okay, so we're going to then take a stand. We're going to use the back of the chair. And we're going to stand tall, tuck the tummy in, shoulders back and down. And we're going to take the leg straight to the back. Try not turn. Try and keep the hips square on. Give it a squeeze. You should feel like the top of the glutes and the lower back and the hip, strengthening it up. And 20 on the other side. And keep those hips square on. Are you counting? Okay, just feel that up there. Now to get a little bit lower down and deeper into the glutes, we're going to take it off the chair. Now, if you've got a chair with wheels, be careful. It doesn't wheel away from you. Maybe do it on a chair that hasn't got wheels. You can always do it on the desk because that's a little bit lower down. We want to go a little bit lower than that. And we're going to take our leg raises into the bushes. always think about where you're working. Give it a squeeze right in that bottom. If it's too low down for you on that part of the chair, you can do it on the tables that's not as low down. When you've done your 20, let's swap sides. Off we go. Squeeze into that bottom. Well done. You should feel that in that bottom. You can do more or less if you want to. Okay, we're going to do one more strengthening before we do the stretches, and that's for the back of the neck. So this isn't very attractive, but we'll give it a try. What you want to do is give yourself a double chin, because our head's dropping down. We need to strengthen those muscles of the back of the neck to be able to hold the head up. So you take 2 fingers on your chin and you push them in. It's as if someone's coming a little bit too close to you and you sort of back off. So we don't tilt it back or drop it down, it's straight back. I'll do it from the side. So what happens, we end up like this. We want to be like this, and we push it in. Giving yourself that double chin. So we'll do 10. I'm on 5. Don't know how many I've done. I think I'm on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it in on the 10. And relax. We'll do that one more round. Ready? 2 fingers on. Gently push. Give yourself a double chin. On the 10, hold it in. And for about 5 seconds, that's it, and then just let it go. Well done. Okay, let's go and do some stretching out. So, turn the bottom, stretch the hip flexor. I'll show you one sitting on the chair first, and I'll show you standing up. I'll give you different options. So you can sit on the edge of your chair, pop that leg back, so you sort of bring your hips forward so you can feel the stretch on the front of your hip. If you'd like to, you can always take it up. You can feel that going a little bit more. Keep breathing, deep breaths. We're going to do it on the other side. Rock that off the back side of the chair. Take it over if you want to. Deep breaths. Okay, now if you've got a chair without wheels and you feel comfortable to do so, you could put a foot on the chair, the other back, and push through the hips. I'll do it for a short time. We'll do one on the floor to show if you're not doing it on the chair. If you don't want to get your foot up that high, if you've got wheels on your chair, you can feel that stretch through the front of the hip, there, the hip flexors. So we'll do it on the floor, one foot in front of the other. And then you drop the back knee down, push that hip front. So you can feel that stretch there. You can hold on to the table if you feel. you need to. Let's do the other side. Hold on to something if you need to, and then you just drop that and drive through that hip. Feel the stretch on the front of the hip. Hamstrings. One foot out, chest up, lean it forwards, drop that foot down, feel that right down the hamstring. You bring that foot up, you've got the calf as well. Support yourself on the bent leg. Try on the other side. Chest up, foot up, you got that calf in, and then you can lower it down. You just feel it switch all the way onto the hamstring. Now you can do those again. Hold in a little bit longer and I'll show you the ones on the chair. Foot on and leaning over. Always hinging at the middle, leaning across, not rounding. So you can do it on the floor. You can do it with your foot on the chair. Now I'll show you that one sitting down. If you're not comfortable standing doing it, let's move this back so you can see. Sitting on the edge of the chair, taking that straight legs front, and we'll lean, chest up, hinge forwards, and drop that foot and lean a bit further. And the other side, up, lean, and drop that foot and lean into it. Just feel that a little bit more all down that hamstring. Lovely. Okay. Now you can grab the table, or you can grab the back of the chair. It's not as low. Step yourselves all the way back, arm's length, and drop down between your arms. We're going to make lovely big breath in. As you breathe out, sink into it. And feel that stretch. Big breath in. Let's sink a little bit lower. So this one's getting that hamstring as well. Feel that on your upper body. What we're going to do now is bend those knees a little bit and do the same, drop down, and you should feel that stretch change to the lower back. Straighten the legs up, and if doesn't, bend the knees, and you feel that lovely back stretch. Breathing deeply. Wow, fantastic. I've got it all written down so I don't miss anything out. You're gonna, right, either on the table or under the chair. If you've got a piece under the chair, you're going to hook your hand underneath the table or the chair. Move yourself slightly forward from it. If it gets too much, just be right next to it. It just takes a little bit more of a stretch. And we're going to tilt the head the other way, leaning over. You can help a little bit with the other hand on the head. Breathing in, breathe out, and let's just lean into that stretch. Feel that all the way down there. And we'll take it to the other side. Moving in front of the hand if you can. If it's too much, stay next to it. Breath in, lean over. Just pull in, hooked under that chair or table. As you notice, my head does not move that far to the side. I should have been doing these for years, these neck stretches, and my neck is pretty stiff, I'm afraid. Okay, so either hands on the desk or hands on the back of the chair. And we're going to keep those shoulders opening out. If you prefer, You can do this sitting down. You can get your legs right either side of the chair if you're on a stool. Okay, and then moving the body forwards. Get that stretch behind. So we're opening out the chest, the front of the shoulders. Big breaths in, breathing out and lean into it. And a bit more. I've shown you different positions. You can do that standing with the desk, standing with the back of the chair, or sitting down if you've got a stool, or if you can sit on the other way round on your chair. Fantastic. Okay. Palms up. We're going to push the walls away. Breathe in, breathe out, palms up. Just push those walls away. Stretching those arms right out to the sides, right out there. Keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to take, if you want to, we can just wrap your hands, one hand to the other, and pull the shoulders back. If you feel you can go further, you've got that clasp of the hand and the shoulders back. Really stretching the front of that shoulder and chest. It's either like this or like this. Okay, so if you take a hand on the hip, take the other arm around, grab your wrist, and then tilt your head the other way. Other hand on the hip, the other hand goes around the back, grab the wrist, tilt your head. Big breaths, breathing out, lean into it. Okay, now we've quite often got a bottle of water at our desks or around the house. Now you can do this with a dumbbell. I think most people have got a bottle of water. It's completely fine just with a bottle of water. Now you want to hold on to one end. You want to take that thumb and wrap it underneath, so your palm. It's all underneath one end. You can do this without the bottle for now if you haven't got one. Grab one later, next time you do it. So our palms and working is always this way. We're going to be opening it out the other way. So we let that bottle or dumbbell, if you've got a dumbbell, grab hold of one end, let it drop back. And again, slightly behind if you can, next to you if it's too much of a stretch. So you can feel all the way down there. Big breaths in, blow the air out. And let's swap sides. Is that going to hit the table? It is. I could have just turned that back up. Okay, so thumb under, grabbing hold of one end. Take it over the back of the chair. Sit yourselves forwards a little bit from the off if you can, and we're going to again rotate it back so you get that lovely stretch down the front. Great. Okay, let's pop that down. Okay, now we really want to open that chest. We've actually been working the upper back, so I am actually going to give that a nice stretch back out, because as I said, a tone muscle, stretch and tone, and it ends up contracting beautifully. That's why toning the muscles brings you into a nice shape. So we are just going to hug a big ball and drop the head. And then one more, palms up. And one last squeeze back with the palms up. Now, the tummy. Always good to tone the core. It really helps support the back. Sit to the edge of your seat. Take a little lean back. And the beginner is going to lift one leg at a time. Just adding this on at the end. You don't have to do these ones. If you want to, lift and lower, both. Just to get that tummy added in as an added extra. If that's uncomfortable, you just do one leg at a time or miss this bit out, so I stuck it on the end. And let's just have a nice roll down and stretch and hold it there. Getting that back round. Bring it up all the way to the top. Feel a piece of string up through the head and neck, all the way up and down. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found that helpful. Try doing those daily to counteract sitting down for all those minutes of the day, and hopefully your posture will stand you tall, strong bum. A lot of people have that tilt where the pelvis is tilted forward, the shoulders around, and they're like this. So we need to shoulders back, stand it up, tight, nice straight back, but with a natural curve of the spine. And I'd love to see some before and after pictures. Thank you all. Bye bye.